Hey, what's up? I am Ian, and this is Hobby Punk Creative. Today is my first day making a video, and my hobby space is kind of a mess. Alright, well, in the future I'm going to do a little cleanup, but today I want to show you guys how I make my parts of my little modular terrain board. Hold on. Alright, so I am making this modular terrain board. I wanted 3 levels, and you can kind of see here, there we go, I've got these pieces to make it look a little bit more textured and like it's actually a buildings and structure. I'm going to be adding tiles across the top, so it gets kind of a cool look of naturalistic stone. Alright, so first thing you want to do, I'm going to experiment with that later, but right now I want to get this one out. Alright, there we go. I made this silicone mold by recasting 3D prints. There we go. So you can see here how I have these 3D prints. What I did was I took a bolt cutter and I kind of cut away all the parts that I wanted to recast. So I might do a wall or I might do the ground texture on this one. And I placed them all on a bit of sheet styrene with some walls, and I poured out the silicone, which I got off of Amazon. And the basic idea is now what I do, I get this air dry clay. Hold on a sec. This is just Das air dry clay. It was about 12 bucks at a Michael's. And I'm gonna pop this open and show you what I do. Okay, get some gloves just because this stuff tends to get everywhere. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a bit of the air dry clay and I'm just going to push it into the mold, spreading it out as much as I can. I don't really care too much about being sloppy. It's just kind of a waste if you're not more careful, because you know, you'll lose a bunch of clay when you could have gotten more done. All right. And sort of just press it into the corners as best you can. All right. And I'll leave that for 24 hours and I'll come back to pull it out later. But what you end up with are pieces like this. Now these are relatively hardened, pretty strong, you know, and you can just use them piecemeal to decorate. Make sure that when you're done with your clay, if you don't use all of it, you put it in a Ziploc baggie. It's air dry clay, so one of the cool things is you can just put it inside a little baggie. And that will restrict the airflow. Alright, gonna check in tomorrow to see if we can get any work done on my modular terrain board.